put a smile on your face when you're moving from place to place. Good morning, good morning, morning, good morning, morning.
Good morning. It's an absolutely good morning, and I just want to welcome you all here to Tobago Updates. Good morning, Tobago Morning Show, coming to you live from the Port Mall in Scarborough, Tobago. My name is Luke James Streman, and I'm pleased to be your host for this morning's conversations. Now, it's a bit gloomy this morning, but we're here, we're present, and we're ready to just catch a vibe and have the conversations that need to be had. And before we get into the fun of everything, you know I have to give you the news in 90 seconds. 3 individuals detained during the Operation Iceberg, the counter-trafficking unit's first major intelligence-led human trafficking operations in Tobago, have been formally charged. The charges follow an extensive investigation into the alleged trafficking and sexual exploitation of a minor. Meanwhile, police activated emergency security protocols on Wednesday after receiving reports of 8 bomb threats across Trinidad. Targets included 6 magistrates' courts, Kent House, and the Val Park Shopping Plaza. The Trinidad and Tobago Police Service deployed officers to conduct site checks and is urging the public to remain calm as investigations continue. In labor news, the industrial strike at Works Credit Union has officially ended following a wage settlement for the 2023 to 2025 period. The agreement between management and the Bankers, Insurers and General Workers Union was reached during an 11-hour conciliation session chaired by Labor Minister Senator Leroy Batiste. Finally, a delegation from the Division of Health and the TRHA, led by Deputy Chief Secretary Dr. Faith Brebner, is currently in Barbados studying the nation's digital health platforms. The technical visit aims to gather practical insight to modernize Tobago's healthcare infrastructure and improve patient care delivery. Head over to our Facebook page now to vote in our daily poll and tune in for the full newscast at 6:30 p.m. Alright viewers, you know over here on Tobago Updates, we love to celebrate birthdays. It's always good to be here in the land of the living. So here are your birthdays. First on our list in this lovely black and white, we are sending our birthday greetings to, the name is coming up, just give me 1 minute. We're sending our birthday greetings to Jamil Ibrahim. Happy birthday to you, and I hope that you enjoy your day today. Next on our list, we're sending our birthday greetings to Miss Wendy Prescott. Happy birthday to you, and I hope that you enjoy your day today. Next on our list, we have Davon McKenna. Birthday greetings to you. We also have, we have a very long list this morning. We are sending birthday wishes to Miss Avian Peter King. Happy birthday to you, coming from the Tobago Updates family. Next on our list, we are sending happy birthday to Adenika Adegok from your family, and I want to wish you a blessed and safe birthday today. And it's not a birthday, but it's something worth celebrating. We want to send out huge congratulations to Jolie St. John, our very own youth host here on Tobago Updates, on her CXC results. Congratulations to you, Jolie, and I hope that you treat yourself well this morning. Now, viewers, we have a very packed rundown for you this morning. We'll be starting our interview with Miss Yankee Murray, who is a Tobago designer. Then we will be speaking all things law with Alia Lesforis, who is a law student and a youth advocate. And we'll be ending our show today with Bishop Basil Edward. He is the overseer and founder of Church on the Rock, and we will be speaking about Revival Fire, the prayer drive. Now, viewers, we just want you to share the live, and we will be right back.
Counting on your fingers again. No wonder you lose your business.
Grandpa, thanks for helping me start over.
You not lucky in business, you know. As a child, you tried to sell hog plum. That failed. As a teenager, you and your boyfriend tried to break into the jewelry business. But hey, where that boy end up?
He live in Aruka in the Grove. The golden one.
Oh, child, if you want to get into business, you have to have your financial records intact. But hey, do you know your numbers?
Of course, 62433.
No, child, your numbers, your ratios, your equity ratios. You have a financial handicap.
What?
You need to see somebody about that. Anderson.
Who?
Anderson in Trinidad and Tobago, they offer tax and accounting services. They know about financial management.
Grandpa, I started this business with nothing.
And nothing is what you will end up with unless you call Anderson Services. Here.
Okay, this card is nice.
Yeah.
What's this?
Your rental fee. Have business will pay rent. Hot and groovy in the soca party.
I will tell anybody with a child with Down syndrome to, search for the children's skill. Don't keep them back. Don't, it's not what you want them to do. You have to see what they are capable of doing and push them, love them, because they are really sweet children. They are beautiful children. They can teach you how to be a better person, a better parent.
Be viewing Caribbean Medical TV on this station.
And I have never, ever tried anything from the dirt oven.
Let's go to the backyard dirt oven on a Thursday. Talk about authentic. On entry, I felt at home. I felt like I was going to visit my loving grandmother on a weekend. The kind of weekend where she showers you with love, stories, and food. This place is a home away from home. And just like I would do at home, I pop the question, what you had to eat day? And boom, coconut drops. Boom, bread. Boom, garlic bread, boom, hops, boom, coconut tart, boom, jam tart, and boom, something they call nuts. And just like that, Mistress Baker was ready to pop them in the oven. And don't worry, she had some help. And while we was waiting, I said, let we hear from Mistress Baker herself.
Well, we've been operating for a couple of years now. We started, this was a COVID project. We operate strictly on Tuesdays. Tuesdays only. You don't keep stock. We only sell on Tuesdays.
Such a sweet lady. Hey, Olia, it's ready. When last you see a nice golden brown bread, sir? Backyard bakery for the win. Olia, a GT. I finally get me the oven bread with a little extra goodies on the side. You might be asking, where they're located? They are located on Bukuru, right on Nightingale Avenue, right before Racetrack Wheels if you're coming from town. Just look for the green hedge. You can't miss it. Pause. Check out the menu they one time. Honestly, guys, this is an experience I will never forget. It's a home away from home, a place filled with love, life, and most importantly, good bread.
Wait, we are going. Airport.
Come back this way. Catch you round about and go down.
Right here.
Leave on time to be on time.
Today we are here at the new A&R Robinson International Airport, and we are doing a simulation along with the Airport Authority and the TTPS to do some observation for the traffic plan that we have implemented for the opening of the new terminal building. So starting Wednesday, July 22nd, the Division of Public Infrastructure and Transportation along with the TTPS will be at this intersection, and we will be implementing a traffic plan. Just continue around the circle. What is important in this entire traffic arrangement is that if you are coming from Crown Point, you're coming from the west and you want to go further east than the airport terminal, we advise that you either use Milford Road, go onto Silcotton Trace, and use one of the side streets between Milford Road and Tobago Local Road. all traffic between Kilgwin Bay Road and Gaskin Road will be coming west only. So that is one of the important points that we have to get into our systems as we learn to navigate around the new arrangements at the new A&R Robinson International Terminal going forward. But we want to assure you that we will help you to get used to it. We will circulate information. We will be here at the intersections along with the police while you get used to the arrangement to assist you in circulating and to getting to where you need to go safely and quickly.
It's a different type of thing down there. Man, we party till we drop down there. With a lot of pretty girls down there. Down in Tobago.
From the reef to the road. From the reef to the road. From the reef to the road. Tobago calling. Sweet vibes, sweet wine, everybody falling. We bring the culture straight to you. Tobago updates, we keeping it true. Oh gosh. Tobago updates. On the screen, there we go. You're home for October, carnival show. From the big stage shine to the rainbow line. We bring Tobago to the world in real time. Tobago updates. Tobago updates. Carnival 2026. We set the pace, 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 pace. Wave your flag. Anywhere you're there. Anywhere. Island love streaming all around you. Yeah. Picking love on for the rhythm start. Tobago updates. Caribbean art. Caribbean art. Art, art, art.
Welcome to Tobago Glass Supplies Limited, where innovation meets excellence and the service reigns supreme. Our commitment is simple: to provide high-quality, innovative aluminum, vinyl, and glass solutions for both commercial and residential spaces. At TGSL, we don't just meet needs, we exceed expectations. Our range includes the finest aluminum cladding options, setting new standards in durability and style. Driven by our passion to elevate, we aim to be the leading supplier in the Caribbean market while retaining our identity as a family-owned business. Because at Tobago Glass Supplies Limited, it's not just about products. It's about relationships, it's about you. Innovation, quality, service. That's Tobago Glass Supplies Limited.
Put a smile on your face when you're moving from place to place. Good morning, good morning, morning, good morning, morning.
Tobago's very own fashion designer Yankee Murray joins us in studio this morning. Miss Murray, good morning. How are you?
Good morning, I'm fine.
Okay, great. So I think most of the Tobago population will know you as the girl on the stage following that Tobago Heritage Festival competition that just concluded. But I think this morning we want to find out more about Yankee. Who is Yankee?
Yankee is a host of things. I would like to say Yankee has evolved from just being a carnival costume band leader into a fashion designer, into an author, into a teacher. So at this stage in my life, I think I've done quite a lot.
Okay. If you were to go back to younger Yankee in primary school, high school, and you closed your eyes and saw yourself probably 5-10 years in the future, was fashion something that was always on your to-do list?
No, actually.
Okay.
I attended Signal Hill Secondary School, and at that point in time, I think I wanted to be a doctor. So I did chemistry, biology, physics, art, maths. I was a part of the science department.
Okay.
I also was involved in drama and sport. I was actually really good at track and field. But at a point in time, I think I started modeling. I did Week and Cook. Signal Hill Secondary had something called Week and Cook, and they had a modeling fashion show kind of something. So I started there. And then after that, I participated in Tobago Fashion Weekend. So those two were my first introduction into fashion. And thereafter, we sit CXC. I went to sixth form, still studying science, but my friend had left and went to Trinidad to study fashion design at UTT.
Okay.
At that point in time, let me rewind a little bit. Before SIT CXC, I brought my first carnival band. At that point in time, I probably was the youngest carnival costume band leader in Tobago. So I started bringing my mass band in fifth form. When I participated, I won. So I got really excited about creating at that period. Then I went to sixth form, and as I said, my friend had traveled to go to Trinidad. So I called her and I said, what is the program like? She's like, girl, pressure. It's a lot of work. A lot of work. That's what she's saying, a lot of work. I said, wait, boy. So I said, let me try to apply for the program and see where the direction is. Because what had happened as well is I started getting distracted from the science because I was so engulfed in creating costumes and all these things. And my teacher, my biology teacher, she recognized that and she said, okay, you have a passion for something else, because she used to see the spark with biology and so on.
Yeah.
She said, I see that your mind is somewhere else, and I want to encourage you to follow or pursue that passion of yours. And she did, and I left and I went to Trinidad. I think at that point in time, the bachelor's program was already filled, so the diploma was open. I applied and I got through. I did that for 2 years. When I completed that, I also applied for a scholarship at Florence, Italy to study fashion, styling, and communication, and I was successful. However, at that point in time, the Italian consulate in Trinidad wasn't able to issue me a visa. So I had to go and get a US visa to go to Miami. So I had to defer the program to go to Miami to get my Italian visa. And by the time I got there, they told me that they still can't issue me the visa until 3 months before I enter Italy. So, but I had deferred to September. So that meant I would have to come back something like June, July to get the Italian visa to go to Italy. And then, you know what, the COVID happened. So that I didn't get to go. But even that, I still didn't stop, because I ended up applying for a job application position that was available in Trinidad to do fashion styling and consultancy, at Eclipse Eli. And I did that for 2 years as well. And I think with Eclipse, I learned a lot about the business aspect and how to build a brand, what it means to build a brand actually. So I do definitely see my path, my trajectory from there growing in terms of how to manage and build my brand itself.
Okay, lovely, Enke. That's an excellent journey there that you've shared with us. And I think what really drew the Tobago population even closer to you is when we found out that the dress that you wore for Tobago Heritage, you actually designed it. And it was really a depiction of, you know, Tobago's nuances. Talk to me about that. What was the thought process behind that design?
Well, from the get-go, I always knew what I wanted. I designed my gown, I designed my costume, I also wrote my monologue. I did quite a lot for that show.
Talented.
The monologue, I got assistance from Miss Miriam Scott, because I'm a bit soft, so they needed to, you know, shake me up so I could be able to perform the piece very well. So when we got to the gown itself, I knew that I wanted to use a lot of natural materials, because my interpretation of heritage would have been what things used to be, what materials and stuff may have been accessible to them, and how to beautify to make it look good in this modern times that we have. You know, I not limiting, I don't ever limit my craft in terms of a certain aesthetic. So when I started creating for myself, that dress doesn't even have a pattern due to time constraints. I just do the most, you know, outrageous stuff when it comes to making stuff for myself. So we got to the studio. My mom, my sister, we were there countless days after practice, after rehearsals, making the pieces, the head pieces, the hand pieces. It's layered. I like the drama. So it was a lot of layers going into it. My mom assisted with the bending of the headpiece, and my aunt came in on the later half to help me decorate it and stuff like that. But the gown, it it started with brown cotton, burlap, rib knit. We had wood, we had stones, we had calabash beads, we had cowrie shells. We even used dried banana. I wanted palm leaves and I wasn't getting it.
Okay.
There's a lot of palm leaves available, but the type of palm leaf I was interested in, I wasn't finding those trees anyway. So I decided to use dried banana leaf instead.
Okay.
So we dried the banana leaves and we bomb sprayed them, and that was used on the trail. We wasn't even getting the amount of beads that I needed, so we had to buy curtains and take it apart. It was a lot of work, and the cowrie shells in the front, those were 3D printed. So I wanted that statement in the front, so I had to get them custom made. They were 3D printed, and then my mom bomb sprayed it and stuff like that. And each day after practice, after rehearsals, I had to go in and work on my gown every day. I probably stepped in my studio until the day before the competition. I think they were worried about me though. You getting through? I was like, yeah. I said, show day is show day. Show day is going to be show day. It would always be show day.
Lovely. So, Yankee, I want to understand when it comes to your craft and your creative direction, is it that you also create pieces for other people who would like to probably go to a graduation or an event or some type of cultural show? Does your creativity stretch that boundary? And I'm asking that question because I know there are so many creatives who don't feel comfortable sharing their craft with other people. Talk to me about that.
Well, boy, I do quite a number of stuff. So we're going to start with the workshops. I have, let's say, 4 workshops currently. How to create a wire bra, garment construction, swimsuit construction, and carnival backpack construction. The How to Create a Wire Bra actually has a book available on Amazon, which I self-published, called How to Create a Wire Bra Without Welding by myself. I offer those courses in Trinidad and Tobago. That has been a great, like this year and last year was really, really good, with the turnout and the growing of the class. Even taking a first step to Trinidad, and then the Trinidad classes are mostly bigger than the Tobago classes. So that is one aspect of what I do. Besides that, I operate as a small-scale manufacturing or garment construction for the band leaders in Tobago who participate in February Carnival and also October Carnival. So I have bands come wishing to get swimsuit production done for their bands. So that is something else that I do. And I also do custom-made clothing and alterations. So that is for the person like graduation. I even did R&B artist in Trinidad. At a point in time, I was the creative director for her project, created her garments and styled and basically organized everything for that shoot. So it doesn't matter if you're an artist, you're somebody graduating, or somebody who just wants a custom-made piece for a wedding or for some kind of event. I definitely do that type of work as well. Even with the Heritage Festival, no, I think this is my second time. The first time it was a bit rushed, and it was really rushed, and I didn't really understand the concept of what the show entailed until I participated in it the first time. I think it was my cousin went up for Queen. I'm not even sure if it was Heritage, but I believe it was Heritage. But my cousin went up for Queen, and then, well, this was my time to go up. I definitely had a lot of support because my mom is a carnival band leader as well. So she's very talented and gifted herself. But it was a lot of work. I thank each and every one of my sponsors, the Scarborough Urban Village Council, everybody who entrusted my vision, because I knew what I wanted from the get-go. I never wavered. In terms of, somebody might say, it's a lot of work, or, saying, I was like, no, this is what I want to create, and we're going to do it. We're going to make it happen.
Yes, very nice, Yankee. So, looking forward in the future, what can we see you getting involved in? Is it that you're going to take your craft now probably into the region? Because we know that a lot of Caribbean islands, or brothers and sisters, they are now viewing their carnival celebrations from a more artistic perspective. You know, long time is everybody hold on something and jump up, but now people want custom-made pieces to, you know, celebrate carnival. What can we see in the future where Yankee is concerned?
Yankees World Designs, I would say since 2015, was registered with the division that will become a garment construction factory or a production house.
Okay.
Where it be in costume design or swimsuits for the Caribbean diaspora and hopefully internationally, and also for having like the fashion house have different designers so that we could offer a variety of looks, because each designer have a different aesthetic. So that was a vision in mind as well. Also, I am growing to love the teaching aspect of it. I mean, it has been amazing and it has been good to me. And I would say that I am looking more into that as well. And there are a couple more books to be published as well.
Lovely.
I do quite a lot. So the expansion and division of the brand, I always say take it one day at a time. But what you can't get accomplished today, you try to get it done. Even things that you can't get accomplished today. But make sure that your business is in a good standing, meaning take your business seriously, take a craft very seriously, respect your craft, and it would open many doors and opportunities for you.
Well, Yankee, I want to thank you so much for joining us this morning. This was a very amazing interview, and I just want to wish you all the best in your future endeavors. All right, viewers, we're going to take a quick break. Just remember to share the live, share the live, share the live. We'll be right back.
And I have never, ever tried anything from the dirt oven.
Let's go to the backyard dirt oven on a Thursday. You know, talk about authentic. On entry, I felt at home. I felt like I was going to visit my loving grandmother on a weekend. The kind of weekend where she showers you with love, stories, and food. This place is a home away from home. And just like I would do at home, I popped the question, what you had to eat day? And boom, coconut drops, boom, bread, boom, garlic bread, boom, hops, boom, coconut tart, boom, jam tart, and boom, something they call nuts. And just like that, Mistress Baker was ready to pop them in the oven. And don't worry, she had some help. And while we was waiting, I said, let we hear from Mistress Baker herself.
Well, we've been operating for a couple of years now. We started, this was a COVID project. We operate strictly on Tuesdays only. You don't keep stock, we only sell on Tuesdays.
Such a sweet lady. Hey, Olia, it's ready. When last you see a nice golden brown bread, sir? Backyard bakery for the win. Olia, a GT. I finally get me the oven bread with a little extra goodies on the side. You might be asking, where they're located? They are located on Bukuru, right on Nightingale Avenue, right before Racetrack Wheels if you're coming from town. Just look for the green hedge. You can't miss it. Pause. Check out the menu day one time. Honestly, guys, this is an experience I will never forget. It's a home away from home, a place filled with love, life, and most importantly, good bread.
Tobago updates, we keeping it true.
Oh gosh, Tobago updates. On the screen, there we go. You're home for October, carnival show. From the big stage shine to the valley road line, we bring Tobago to the world in real time.
Tobago updates, Tobago updates. Carnival 2026, we set the pace. Wave your flag, anywhere you're there, anywhere. Island love, trimming all around you. Yeah. Picking lock on to the rhythm start.
Tobago updates, Caribbean art.
Welcome to Tobago Glass Supplies Limited, where innovation meets excellence and the service reigns supreme. Our commitment is simple: to provide high-quality, innovative aluminum, vinyl, and glass solutions for both commercial and residential spaces. At TGSL, we don't just meet needs, we exceed expectations. Our range includes the finest aluminum cladding options, setting new standards in durability and style. Driven by our passion to elevate, we aim to be the leading supplier in the Caribbean market while retaining our identity as a family-owned business. Because at Tobago Glass Supplies Limited, it's not just about products. It's about relationships, it's about you. Innovation, quality, service. That's Tobago Glass Supplies Limited.
It's a different type of thing down there. And we party till we drop down there. With a lot of pretty girls down there. Down in Tobago.
The Caribbean is more than just a place. It's a spirit, resilient, vibrant, and full of possibility. Rooted in connection, driven by community. It's who we are at the heart of everything we do. For over 150 years, we've been right here, invested in the Caribbean, its people and its progress. And today, we're going even further. Liberty Business, rooted in the Caribbean, committed to you.
Coconut's Cafe, the buffet restaurant that specializes in all your tasty local dishes for breakfast and for lunch. Breakfast includes coconut bake and sada roti served with chokers, buljoil and sausages in tomato sauce. Not forgetting beef and cheese pies, shepherd's pie, macaroni pie and rice in various styles. Meat served in a variety of flavors, garden salads and pasta salads. All this accompanied by fruit juices, coconut water, your choice of a great combination to appease your taste buds. So call us today to order, as we are here to accommodate your busy schedules or if you are having a cooking day off.
Coming up, Barbados kicks off festival season with Crop Over, where you can live like a local. Moments of discovery and joy during Culinary Month in Antigua and Barbuda. Find that hero within you. As these women of vision share their stories of success, Caribbean Passport TV, your guide to what's happening in the region, here on this station.
Wait. Where are going? Airport.
Come back this way. Catch you roundabout and go down.
Right here.
Leave on time to be on time.
Today we are here at the new A&R Robinson International Airport, and we are doing a simulation along with the Airport Authority and the TTPS to do some observation for the traffic plan that we have implemented for the opening of the new terminal building. So starting Wednesday, July 22nd, the Division of Public Infrastructure and Transportation along with the TTPS will be at this intersection, and we will be implementing a traffic plan. Just continue around the circle. What is important in this entire traffic arrangement is that if you are coming from Crown Point, you're coming from the west and you want to go further east than the airport terminal, we advise that you either use Milford Road, go onto Silcotton Trace, and use one of the side streets between Milford Road and Tobago Local Road. All traffic between Kilgwin Bay Road and Gaskin Road will be coming west only. So that is one of the important points that we have to get into our systems as we learn to navigate around the new arrangements at the new A&R Robinson International Terminal going forward. But we want to assure you that we will help you to get used to it. We will circulate information. We will be here at the intersections along with the police while you get used to the arrangement to assist you in circulating and to getting to where you need to go safely and quickly.
Our world is filled with rhythm. Rhythm that's unapologetic, infectious, timeless. Rhythm is commitment in action. It's how we show up for each other with unrelenting support that goes the distance. Rhythm lives in the tiny beats of our most intimate moments and the seismic roars of our biggest achievements. Rhythm is resilience in motion. So even when things go out of sync, we do what it takes to bring the rhythm back. At Flow, we understand your rhythm because we live it. That's why we're dedicated to building a network as resilient as you, with a team of familiar faces working every day to keep you on beat. You're at the heart of everything we do, and our commitment is to keep your rhythm flowing, no matter what.
Put a smile on your face when you're moving from place to place. Good morning, good morning, morning, good morning, morning.
Bishop Basil Edward and Mr. Oswald George joins us in studio this morning to talk all things Revival Fire, the prayer drive. Good morning. How are you all doing?
Good morning. We are doing fine. And you are?
I am at peace. I'm at peace. Yes.
Yes, good morning. I like that. I really love that word, at peace.
So I want you to talk to us about Revival Fire. If just from the title alone, it sounds exciting. What is this entire event about?
It's more or less uniting to Trinidad and Tobago in the prayer drive against crime, because we realize our country has been in a place where you see a hearing of the murder, the kidnapping, and different things like that. And the only way you could get rid of those things, you have to go through the villages, through the streets, and pray and break that spirit of murder, crime, theft, whatever it may be. So that is the purpose of it, because we would have done it earlier up in the year on the eastward side of Tobago, and now we are doing it on the western side of Tobago. So more or less is to really see how we could crown our country, our city, our villages, that we can lessen crime and theft and murder and all this kind of thing.
Okay.
So that is the purpose of the prayer drive.
Understood. And this seems to be a village-centered event where you want to go out into the village and really reach out to everyone. Yes. Why do you argue that what we are seeing now may be spiritual? Because that is an argument, but a lot of people don't know the argument. So talk to me about that.
I think that the Bible said, if my people shall call by my name, shall humble themselves and pray and fast, we will see changes in our island. What is happening is that, remember, light is against darkness. And what we are seeing, that we as Christians, we have to be able to show forth as light, and those stay in house, go out on the street and reach these people, because here, when they sit or when they lie in the night while we are sleeping, they are planning how to carry out their trade or to do what they have to do. So we as a church must be able to take that authority and do as Jesus said, go into all the world and preach the gospel. As long as you believe, you shall be saved. If you don't believe, you shall be damned. And then he tell us how we to cast out devils and to heal the sick and the lame and so on. So that is our most, the benefits of us is to do that drive to make sure that people are set free from the powers of darkness.
Understood.
Yes.
I want you to talk to me about the details of this event. Where is the gathering? What time? Is there a color code? Tell us everything that we need to know.
Well, praise the Lord. Morning to you again and to everyone live viewing. So we are starting at the Patience Hill Recreation Ground this year for the western aspect of this drive. Okay. So we'll be starting there at the Patience Hill Recreation Ground, and we are engaging the local churches of every area. We're hoping to have present the pastor of the Patience Hill Open Bible Church, Pastor Ernest Alexander. So he should be there with us for us to launch out as we begin in Patience Hill. The caravan makes its way from Patience Hill through to Signal Hill. We want to go across the highway through to Lambo, a part of the Old Milford Road, and then back onto the Clonwell Highway as we get onto the Wilson Road, heading to Plymouth, Blackrock, and touching all those villages coming around Bethel, Buku, come through Mount Pleasant, and come through Chauvin, and making our way down to Canaan, Bon Accord, eventually ending up down at Spence Plaza, that General Coliseum area, where we'll be having, outreach and a time of praise and worship unto God. So that's the general route of what we're going to be doing on that day. That's how we're starting. We want to start early. We want to get going from about 8:30. All right. So some folks will be joining us with their own vehicles. Some will be joining via Maxi. For those who are doing that, we have a Maxi at that would be Market Square, and they'll be gathering there early 7:30, 8, and then joining us in Patience Hill, and we push on from there.
Okay, lovely. So we are to expect the Christian version of a motorcade, if I'm interpreting the information correctly here. Okay, so I want you to talk about, when it comes down to us as Christians having that relationship with God, because if you pay attention, especially our young people of late, it's almost as if we only know God as an emergency contact. We're not building that relationship with Him. For someone who may be struggling in that regard, what piece of advice do you have for them?
Oh, I strongly believe as believers, one of the things that we have to do, we have to nurture and disciples men. So we have to go among them. For instance, like the church is my church, right? And I just find myself in every village that I can go. Go, do what I have to do, especially I'm in Maryville ever so often. Spend time with the young men. So every time they see the church come, they will come around to have conversation. And my thing about it, even though they do anything, I count to so many people on the block. I take my hand, push my hand down in my pocket, and I buy small talk for everybody. So with that now, from the time they see me, not because of the small talk, but because of the initiative that I'm using to draw them closer. So one-on-one, I will be able to talk with them, pray with them, encourage them. They always engage me in the conversation. Why should I serve Christ? Yes. I said, because Christ died for your sin. And because of that, we have to go around them. Inside house they will not come in. Correct. So we have to go out and get them, as the Bible says, go out and compel men to come into my kingdom. So I always tell people, I said, for me, I born and grew in Leketo. I know how it is in Leketo. They say Leketo and Golden is like Laventry Road in Sour. And I grew up, I spent some time in Laventry Road of Sour. I've never get myself into bandism. Never. But the point I'm making is that we have to reach them. Go out and reach them. Go out and talk with them. Go out and encourage them so they can know here somebody care. Correct. Most of the time they feel nobody care. That's why, I have some nephews and things. And every time I see them, I have to tell them, I said, you grew up under my mother because they grew with my mom. So they call my mother Mommy, and they call the mother, biological mother, by the name. And for that now, I'm saying because of the older version of the elderly folks, they make sure that they stick the rules clear that you have to go to church. You have to go to Sunday school. So that's what we want to do, bring them back to God. Go out and get them into the kingdom. It's too late.
Understood. And for those who would want to just get some initial contacts or even a bit more persuasion, how can we contact you?
Okay. My number is 466-9723. 466-9723. 723. You can call me or Oswald.
You can call me at 761-3683. That's 761-3683.
Okay. And starting with you, Mr. Oswald,
Yes.
what piece of, I don't want to say advice, but motivation you would like to leave this morning as we wrap up this interview, and then we're going to end with you,
Yes.
Bishop.
All right. So, well, before I do that, well, I didn't give the date. This Saturday. This is the 22nd, and we were before. I want to say that what has played a massive part in my life is that portion in Ecclesiastes, which declares, remember now thy creator in the days of thy youth. There's a promise given to God for when we remember God as young people. God has promised never to leave us nor forsake us. And when you commit your way to God, he has promised to make your way prosperous. He took Joshua as a youth under the guiding of Moses.
That's right.
He continued to serve God and to follow. And when we look even through the Bible, the Old Testament and the New Testament, there are promises and benefits for being obedient to God. God is not a bully with a big stick forcing us, as you know. If he wanted, he could have made us robots that we just, do exactly what I say. But instead God gave us choice, the ability to choose him. And he said in his word that when we choose him, when we make that choice, he will bless and he will open doors. It's not that it's always going to be easy. It wasn't easy for me. But when you commit your way to God, and I've been married 31 years to a beautiful woman, the most beautiful woman in the world, Mrs. Rhea Richardson George. You may be familiar with her. That's a little bit. But
I might have to see the face.
I'll send you a picture, right? But no, I'll show you a picture. I'm not sending a picture. I'll show you a picture. But I'm saying to you here that even her and I, or getting together, it was God ordained. And we had decided in our youth to commit our way first to God, and then we were able to commit to each other because he's the glue that keeps us together. And I would say to any young person, you may be trying to live your life in your own strength. We will always fail. Philippians 4:13 tells us that we can do all things through Christ who strengthens us, and you're never too young. We have this philosophy, even locally, where we figure, I'm young, let me live my life, let me enjoy myself, and then when I know when I get older, I'll come back. That's not scriptural, that's not how God wants it. God wants you from when you're young, so that future generations to follow after you have given your life to Christ, they can be blessed. God is a generational God, and he wants to bless you generationally so that all will be well, not just with you, but all who comes from you.
Amen.
Lovely.
Amen.
And what about you, Bishop?
I am so happy, as he said, he's married for 31 years now. I'm going to be 40 years in December coming year, Boxing Day. And I am saying to us is that young people needs to be loved. We need to let them know that they are loved in spite of it. Some may show signs that, you don't need to hear that word, but love is a word that we must practice all the time. In our household, with our family, with our children, we have to tell them that we love them. And by doing so, what we'll do, help them to come out of the pit that they are involved in. Some are abused by all different types of abuse. If you had to call the names of those abused, we may be able to reach them because they may shy away from us. But sometimes when they draw closer to you, you can talk to them, you can encourage them, ask them what is happening in your life, and they can share with you. And it must be personal and confidential. And that's what I'm saying. When people share with you, you must be able to hold it together and to pray for them.
Amen.
So we really need to encourage people. As the Bible said, but as many as receive him, to them he gave power to become sons of God.
Amen.
And God do not want nobody to go to hell. He wants all of us to go to heaven.
Amen.
And what we have to do is to ensure that our household make it to heaven.
Yes.
We can't be going to church and our children home not going to church.
Oh my
So
God.
it really starts from the foundation. As a parent or parents, that you have to make sure you nurture your children, point them the way to God, make sure they know him going forward.
Yes.
And I'm really happy for this particular part of the program because we can share how we feel about people. Update Tobago is a wonderful program. This is not the first time I'm here, but about 3 times now.
Okay.
But I'm really interested. I'm liking, and then my cousin who's back there. Oh yeah. The Woods, yeah. That's my friend. I really appreciate you all very much. So I want to say to you that when we reach out to the people in different villages, you may be from a village, and people may know you from that village. They may not listen to you as much as they may listen to somebody who comes in as a stranger, because you may do things a little differently. So all the time I tell people, I said you could reach out to people. I met a guy in a particular village, I will not call it, and they say he's rough, he's this, he's that. When I went in the first time, he really used all sorts of language against me. And I sit down and I and then I begin to pray. And when I go back the next time, he said, Pastor, I didn't mean want to sit here. You know. I am sorry. Next time when I go in, he just give me bounce. I say, thank you, Lord. So Jesus does the turning around. God help us to do the turning around and to be able to be there for them. In spite of how they feel, how they behave, we cannot judge them from that point of view, because inside of them, even though they may be look tough on the outside, on the inside there is a soft part. How do we reach that soft part? The only way to reach that soft part, you have to have a conversation.
Correct.
As I say, give them the mortar and then talk with them.
Amen.
So I really want to thank God for that. So my desire for this drive is not a denominational thing.
Oh, that's right.
It's open up to the entire Tobago Christian facilities and things like that, and we are saying that you can join us, right? Because we are going to pray, we are going to wherever we start, we're taking communion there, and then we are anointing the village. Every village we go, we are anointed. Brother Oswald, Minister Oswald, he have the oil. So he and Gabby will be anointing the place as we go. Whatever they say to God, we are believing that God will bring a difference in the island, because I believe strongly that when you anoint a village, what you do, you are actually saying to God, I want you to take this village. Please, I'm begging you, take this village over, because you can change the crime situation. You can change those who don't have jobs, especially the young one. Let them find a job. Instead of being on the block and selling marijuana and coke and all kind of something, get a job. And we are saying we could provide that for them. Buy animals, do something and give it to them so they could be able to mine a cow or a sheep or goat. That's why I know. Although I am a bishop, I have goats home. I have animals that I had to get up in the morning and see up with them. So I'm saying we have to engage young people, and the only way, there's a man by the name of Pastor Lord. He's doing an excellent job in the Scarborough area with some of these young men. And I appreciate him for what he's doing, because we all can do it. As one person, we have to do it as a corporate body.
Right.
The more we unite it, and then remember the church, the Bible says, I will build my church. So that you not building, he is building his church. But once you are willing and able and say, and you take that initiative, we are going to accomplish.
Lovely. So, Bishop and Mr. George, I want to thank you all so much for taking your time out this morning to chat with us. I think this interview is one of the most lively ones we've had, and it really goes into with the title, The Revival. So, I want to thank you all so much for taking time out. Viewers, this was our second interview, but we're not done yet. Just remember to share the live, share the live, share the live. We'll be right back.
From the reef to the road. From the reef to the road. From the reef to the road. Tobago calling. Sweet vibes, sweet wine, everybody falling. We bring the culture straight to you. Tobago updates, we keeping it true.
Oh gosh. Tobago updates. On the screen, there we go. You're home for October, carnival show. From the big stage shine to the valley road line. We bring Tobago to the world in real time.
Tobago updates. Tobago updates. Carnival 2026. We said the pace. Wave your flag. Anywhere you're there. Island love trimming all around you. Picking lock on for the rhythm start.
Tobago updates, Caribbean art.
Coconut's Cafe, the buffet restaurant that specializes in all your tasty local dishes. For breakfast and for lunch. Breakfast includes coconut bake and sada roti, served with chokers, bull joil, and sausages in tomato sauce. Not forgetting beef and cheese pies, shepherd's pie, macaroni pie, and rice in various styles. Meat served in a variety of flavors, garden salads, and pasta salads. All this accompanied by fruit juices, coconut water, your choice of a great combination to appease your taste buds. So call us today to order, as we are here to accommodate your busy schedules, or if you are having a cooking day off.
Welcome to Tobago Glass Supplies Limited, where innovation meets excellence and the service reigns supreme. Our commitment is simple: to provide high-quality, innovative aluminum, vinyl, and glass solutions for both commercial and residential spaces. At TGSL, we don't just meet needs, we exceed expectations. Our range includes the finest aluminum cladding options, setting new standards in durability and style. Driven by our passion to elevate, we aim to be the leading supplier in the Caribbean market while retaining our identity as a family-owned business. Because at Tobago Glass Supplies Limited, it's not just about products. It's about relationships, it's about you. Innovation, quality, service. That's Tobago Glass Supplies Limited.
It's a different type of thing down there. And we party till we drop down there. With a lot of pretty girls down there. Down in Tobago.
The Caribbean is more than just a place. It's a spirit, resilient, vibrant, and full of possibility. Rooted in connection, driven by community. It's who we are at the heart of everything we do. For over 150 years, we've been right here, invested in the Caribbean, its people and its progress. And today, we're going even further. Liberty Business, rooted in the Caribbean, committed to you.
Listen, time to you, okay?
My turn.
Joseph, stay inside, eh? I'll carry you by the park a little later.
Okay, Auntie. For me, July-August vacation is the best ever. Every day, I turn the whole neighborhood into my playground. There's always something super fun to do down the road. People to meet, places to explore. It's even better.
Your auntie knew you're here?
Hello? What?
This July-August vacation, your child's safety starts with you. If you have to be away, make sure your child is in the care of a trusted adult or enrolled in a safe, supervised activity.
As I was saying, it is even better when I'm not alone.
A message from the Children's Authority of Trinidad and Tobago and UNICEF.
Put a smile on your face when you're moving from place to place. Good morning, good morning, morning, good morning, morning.
Law student and youth advocate AMPLIA Lesforis joins us this morning to discuss her version of law students experiencing problems in Trinidad. Alia, good morning. Can you hear us?
Good morning. Are you hearing me?
Good morning. Thank you so much for joining us. Now, viewers, Alia is joining us via an audio call. So, Alia, I want you to walk us through what is happening within Trinidad and Tobago in regards to law students.
No problem. Well, for us, the students who would have gone to the private universities, right, which would be the universities that aren't linked with UE, we are studying our LLB under the UK jurisdiction. So before, students had the option to do the LPC, and then they would transition into the environment here in Trinidad and Tobago, and then we'll be able to practice law. Now, the board in the UK, they have relinquished the LPC. So the LPC is not available for students like me and students who are before me and students who come after me to be able to do that transition. So we are in a bit of it's a bit of chaos for us because we no longer have that approach, and they have a new approach called the SQE. But some of these students here, we're not too sure if we should do it, if we shouldn't do it, what is our next step, because the government isn't really saying anything about passing or changing that legislation where we would usually go through the LPC route. Now we have the SQE route because there are no schools in the UK willing to teach us the LPC. So now the question is, what do we do and how do we do it? Because we have the option to go to write the exams and he wouldn't. But we know sometimes the slots are very little for students to go in. And there are so much students doing the LLB in these other institutions. So what do we have to put on pause our dreams of becoming an attorney and do something else in the meantime while we wait? And if we do the SQE and we do the SQE and we come now to transition, but this SQE, the passing of the SQE isn't confirmed, do we have qualifications that we just sit down home with and we just wait until that time comes? What if that time does not come for the next 5 years?
Understood. And, out of this situation, Alia, what is the remedy you are looking for? Because, there are some that may argue that the information that's out there, it's a bit inaccurate because they are saying that there are schools in the UK that offer the LPC. But so my question to is the problem accessibility? Because it is my understanding that there are some avenues available, but it just comes down to probably you all knowing that they exist. What are you all looking for? What is the remedy?
We are looking for clarity because there are a lot of students who are coming together and asking these questions, and we're being told, we'll get back onto you, give us some days, give us some weeks, and there's no information being sent back out to us. And for me, I graduate next year. So I am looking at my next chapter and I'm ready to put things down. Now, there are other avenues for persons, but some persons don't have the flexibility to move to the UK for that time period to do the other options. And the schools that we have been in contact with, they are no longer offering us the LPC. So we want some information, we want some guidance. Right, we feel as though we're being left out of the conversation. Right, we want to come to Trinidad to be able to give our knowledge and expertise in the field of law, but we're not feeling as though we are welcomed.
Understood, Alia, and I'm so sorry that you feel that way. Before we wrap up, is there any other issues you would like to raise this morning? Because you have a platform now and we're listening to your voice. Is there anything else about the situation that we need to know?
I won't say any issues outside of the central one that we are discussing, but I just want to say that all the other law students out there who aren't going the route of UE, let's come together and let's get some answers together so we could know how we want to move forward. I think that's the only way for us to get answers, that if we use our voice, if we use our collective voice during this time.
Thank you so much, Alia, for joining us this morning. I hope you have a safe and productive day today.
Okay, thank you so much and have a wonderful day.
Thank you. All right, viewers, so that was our last interview today. I want to thank every single one of you who took time out this morning to tune in and to start your morning on the right note with Tobago updates. It's always a pleasure when we can just come here and catch a vibe. Now, as we depart, don't go anywhere yet because we know we have GMT coming up. So, viewers, just remember to share the live, and thank you for joining us this morning.
I was pleased to see that they gave a holistic approach. Indeed, the term holistic wellness came up, and they were able to touch on the financial aspect. They were able to speak about spiritual wellness, something that sometimes people don't even consider, and even stress in the workplace, because many times people are under stress and they may not realize it.
It was a much needed opportunity, and what I would like to see going forward is that, you know, more staff are privileged with the opportunity, this opportunity, with the information that was provided today. I don't think that it should be limited to a selective few then. This was too good. The information, you know, is relevant.
Our department is a department that's on the ground. From myself to my entire team, we are on the ground. We are faced with ground issues. We are faced with real issues. All our clients that come in. Now, we have clients that come in that we can help, and then there are others that we advise. We take everything. Then we look at what's happening in the world. Trinidad and Tobago, we see the tension, we look at our own colleagues, our own friends, the things that they are going through. So our topics, it comes from the people. It comes from the International Labour Organization. It comes from our stakeholder partners, Ministry of Labour, NDD, CS. So it comes all around. And what we look at what is happening now, what is affecting our people now, and that's what we try to tap into. That's why we try to find people that could speak to those areas and give our people the help and the attention.
The hope would be that persons who attended would also share this information with their colleagues. I think it should be extended even to other departments as time goes along.
I want to thank the Department of Labour for providing this opportunity, because I will say it's an opportunity for me today, and I hope that I'll be able to relay the information to my work colleagues so that we could help foster a positive and healthy work environment.
That was a production of the Department of Information, Office of the Chief Secretary, Tobago House of Assembly.
It's really a pleasure to welcome all of you to the orientation ceremony for the Tobago Regional Health Authority's 2026 Student Internship Program. This is in fact our 4th annual internship program, and each year it continues to grow in significance. Over the next 8 weeks, from today right up to August the 21st, you will not only observe the work of healthcare, you will experience it, contribute to it, and hopefully be changed by it.
1, don't take this lightly. 2, if you decide that this is not for you, say thank God for the 2 months that has changed your life for better. And 3, develop, use it to help you develop these core skills that can truly shift your life left or right. With that, I want to encourage each and every one of you to come into this with open hearts and open minds. Enjoy it.
Earning a place in this program is an achievement in itself, and I do not say that lightly. You have been entrusted with a unique opportunity, one that has the potential to shape your personal and professional growth in meaningful ways. I encourage you to approach this experience with enthusiasm, curiosity, and a willingness to learn.
Today we stand before you, not only to share our experiences, but also to reflect on the growth, learning, and invaluable opportunities that this journey has provided. We hope by sharing our story, we can inspire you to embrace every opportunity, challenge yourself, and also make the most of the rewarding experience that lies ahead.
That was a production of the Department of Information, Office of the Chief Secretary, Tobago House of Assembly.
You're viewing Tobago Updates Television, your exclusive gateway to Tobago, broadcasting the beauty of this island paradise to the world.
Tobago right here on Tobago Updates, ladies and gentlemen. I am your host, Chanel Felix, and guys, you know, whenever you see me sitting here, it's because we're about to have those conversations that you want to have while I ask those questions that you want asked. But before we get into this morning's interesting topics and conversations, let's have our news in 90 seconds. 3 individuals detained during Operation Iceberg, the counter-trafficking unit's first major intelligence-led human trafficking operation in Tobago, have been formally charged. The charges follow an extensive investigation into the alleged trafficking and sexual exploitation of a minor. Meanwhile, police activated emergency security protocols on Wednesday after receiving reports of 8 bomb threats across Trinidad. Targets included 6 magistrate courts, Kent House, and the Val Park Shopping Plaza. The Trinidad and Tobago Police Service deployed officers to conduct site visits and is urging the public to remain calm as investigations continue. In labor news, the industrial strike at the Works Credit Union has officially ended following a wage settlement for the 2023-2025 period. The agreement between management and the Bankers Insurance and General Workers Union was received during an 11-hour reconciliation session chaired by Labor Minister Senator Leroy Batiste. And finally, a delegation from the Division of Health and the TRHA, led by Deputy Chief Secretary Dr. Faith Brebner, is currently in Barbados studying the nation's digital health platforms. The technical visit aims to gather practical insights to modernize Tobago's healthcare infrastructure and improve patient care. Head over to our Facebook page to vote for our daily poll, and be sure to tune into our full newscast at 6:30 p.m. That was our news in 90 seconds. Ladies and gentlemen, this morning we jump straight ahead into our conversations, and I have the privilege this morning of chatting right in studio with Mrs. Christine Celestine, finance coach. Good morning and welcome.
Good morning. So it's Crystal, actually.
Sorry, Crystal Celestine. How are you doing this morning?
I'm good.
Right, we're talking a bit about financial literacy for children. Tell us a bit about some of the work that you have been doing.
All right, so let's go back to the beginning of the year. I have been doing financial literacy for adults for about 5 years now. Since COVID, my work focused on adults. This year, I wanted to point directly to children because I realized that if we have certain concepts down as children, then when we get into adulthood, it's going to be easy for us to apply to our lives. So for the past year, I've been working with organizations such as the Central Bank, such as the Division of Finance, as well as private companies doing camps and sessions for children. So I have, in essence, created certain cinematic universe, and I have made it so that it's engaging for children within the age of 6 to 8, and then from 8 to about 13, and we go upwards. So those are the kind of work I've been doing.
Right, and so it looks a bit like gamification.
Yes.
You know, which is learning through gaming or just sending messages or advertising, whatever, through gaming. Tell us a bit about how this idea came about and what has been done with it so far.
All right. So I was a teacher for 5 years.
Yeah.
And I realized that when you are teaching children, you have to speak their language. We may have great expert information that can help them, but if we do not tune it down so that they can engage with it, then it defeats the whole purpose. So that's why the gamification concept came about. So what I did, as I said, I would have created cinematic universes in storytelling, and I would have been using that to bring across concepts such as the importance of saving, the importance of setting a goal, the importance of an emergency fund, investing, as well as even starting your own business.
Understood. Tell us a bit about how the reception has been so far for this entire concept among parents, teachers, and just the children on a whole.
The children, they love it. The parents, they love it as well because they are seeing their kids actively engaged, not just sitting down behind the screen, because most of this is done virtually. And the children are so engaged with the information, and we can see that they're actually putting things into place even after these sessions because it's very interactive. They have homework, they have worksheets, they have discussion questions. They even have a part where teach your parents. Basically, what you would have learned today, you need to go and teach your parents what you would have absorbed. So parents are really receptive to it, and the children very engaged. I could tell you about one of the universe that I would have created called Venture City. And Venture City talks about building entrepreneurial, pursuits in kids. And with that, it's not just about building a business, but in the universe, there are villains, and the villains are everyday things, challenges that we experience. So, for example, doubt. So, in one of these stories, there's Dr. Doubt, and he comes to basically spread doubt, disbelief, make you feel less than, and how, as kid entrepreneurs, you can overcome Dr. Doubt. There's also the chaos storm, because we know sometimes Newton's law, everything. We know that law, that everything that could go wrong will go wrong. So that as well, the storm helps kids to prepare for emergencies and things that will just pop up in life as an entrepreneur. And then there's one more villain called the growth wave. And with growing your business, we know that there are some challenges that can come. So the growth wave prepares students and prepares the children to think about when growth comes, how you can basically manage growth, the impact of growth.
Understood. That's enough for even me as an adult to enroll, right?
Yeah.
I like it. Tell us a bit about how parents can access some of the material that you have.
All right. So I'm on Facebook. I am on most social media platforms. My name, Crystal Celestine. I have been working with families. So families have contacted me and say, hey, I have children, nieces, nephews. Can we do a session for my family, and that is a service that is available. So you could reach out to me and we will set a date, and you can have all the children around one computer. You could have them in the different areas, and I will take them through the universe. We will do storytelling, there will be discussions, there will be activities, there will be homework. So that's something that you can access on social media.
All right, and tell us, how can persons contact you if they are interested in having you come to their camps or their events to facilitate these type of discussions with children?
All right, so you can contact me. My cell phone number is 738-2416, or on social media, Facebook. I'm on Facebook, so Crystal Celestine, just search that name and you will be able to see my profile. You could just send me a message there and we can go from there.
Excellent. So tell us a bit about how this is set up. Is it a platform that people... Explain it to me a bit. Is it a book? Tell me a bit about it.
Sure. So at first, I would have tried to go the normal route of just having a book, but I figured kids will just see, the parents will buy the book for the kids. They will probably just look at it and then put it aside, because as an adult, that's what I do sometimes with books, right? So instead of going the way of books, I decided to do the pages of the book as an interactive presentation. So most of it is done virtually. It can be done face-to-face, but I will basically be the narrator of the story. So I am teaching financial literacy through storytelling in a gamified, cinematic way. And I find that gets the children glued. They are glued to the screen. They want to participate in discussions. They even have questions when they see certain things on the screen. And yeah, it's really a wonderful, engaging experience. And I would encourage parents, if you are even having issues with talking to your children about, because sometimes as parents we don't know exactly what to say. We know how we manage our money, we know some of the challenges we have, but to actually sit down and get through to our kids, it can be a challenge. This is a great opportunity to expose them to financial education. You don't have to wait for an organization, you don't have to wait for the schools. You have access to a direct source that can really sit with your kids face to face, talk to them, and take them through a fun experience of learning about finance.
Right. And as you know, that in Tobago here, we have an animated studio right in Cove, and they do cartoons and stuff. Do you see yourself moving to a place where this is actually turned into an actual show, actual series that's placed on YouTube or whatever platforms that can alleviate the need for you to always sit behind a computer and facilitate, but the story in essence tells itself?
Yeah, eventually that's definitely the direction that I would go. We do have that amazing studio, and I would want to work with them in the future, but I think I have a heart of an educator for now, and I feel that sitting and engaging with my clients and their children is what I would want to focus on right now. When it gets too hard to manage, of course, I will look at those methods.
Excellent. So tell us a bit about some of the events or things that are coming up for you in the future that we can look forward to.
All right. So in the future, I am trying to partner with some schools to have a kid entrepreneur after school program. I'm in the process of getting that established. So I know parents finish work at 4 p.m. So this will be a program from 3 to 4 that has kids engaged in building businesses, building their confidence, exploring ideas, understanding simple financial concepts in a fun way. So this is going to be like an after school program, and I'm going to start with a few schools and eventually try to probably take over Tobago.
Excellent. Well, remind us how persons can get into contact with you. How often do you have these sessions? Tell us a bit about it.
All right. So the process is basically, once you reach out to me with the interest, I will send you my a link that you can book a time at your convenience. So again, social media is the best way to find me. Follow me, add me on social media, and you'll get updates as to everything that is happening with me.
Excellent. And so you told us that you created a number of different universes. Tell us a bit about that, because we see that There is the Venture City that
Yes.
you told us about, and then there's the Money Guardian.
Right. So the Money Guardians, that universe was created for 6 to 8-year-olds. It's basically a story about a little boy who would have just did so well in his end of term tests at the end of June, July, and his parents would have given him some money as a reward, and basically how to manage that money in order to meet his goals. So we have the guardians, as you can see on the background, and every time AJ has to make a financial decision, or every time he comes into contact with something that might deviate him from the plan, the guardians will pop up and they will basically encourage him to make smart choices. So in this story, there is a chapter on the mall of temptation, and we know as kids, you have money, you go to the mall, and from the time you go to the mall, like everything breaks loose. You want to go to the you want to get pizza, you want to go to the arcade, etc. But this chapter encourages kids, if you do have a goal, if you said this is what I want to do at the end of this summer with my money, then you have to have strategies around temptations. And we as adults as well, we need to also have strategies around temptations. So the mall of temptation, and then there's a chapter where it talks about the villain, the unforeseen. I don't know if we could pull that up on the screen as well, the unforeseen. And this talks about emergency, planning for emergency. That emergency can just pop up and scare you at any time, and how do you navigate uncertainty? And of course, the lesson in that is we need to have an emergency fund to take care of our emergency. So this is just a few chapters of the universe. There's so much more in this universe for kids.
I love it so much, and I think that I definitely need a session or two myself to bring my friends along, because we also very often at the mall of temptation.
Yes, very often, even me as well.
Especially
all these online shopping and deals that pop up.
And all these trips, right? Listen, and so I want to thank you. I think this initiative is quite innovative, very fresh, very up to date with what kids need and what would keep their attention engaged for topics that we may think might be a bit heavy for them, but when it's broken down and gamified in the way that you have done it, there creates a reward system and, you know, just a storyline to follow that's quite engaging. And so I look forward to the success of this initiative and to see how it grows over time.
Thank you.
And all the partnerships that come out of this. And hopefully it's accessible globally. You know, I know you said that you're not ready for the book version, but there's so many other things that you can do to monetize this project. All right. Well, again, we want to thank you for being here this morning and telling us all about this initiative and how persons can get engaged. And obviously, I want you to remind persons again of how they can reach out to you, how they can get into contact, work with you, your number, all of that.
No problem. So again, my name is Crystal Celestine. I am available on all social media platforms. Just send me a message and I will respond. My telephone contact 738-2416. You can always send me a quick WhatsApp and I will respond and we can go from there. Just reach out. Trust me, I would lead the follow through and I'll make sure that everything that you plan to establish or plan to accomplish, that it is done.
Excellent. Well, again, thank you so much for being here, Crystal. Ladies and gentlemen, we're going to take a quick break right here and we'll be back with much more conversations after this. See you soon.
I'm heading off. Listen, time to you. Bye, my turn. Love you.
Joseph, stay inside, I'll carry you by the park a little later.
Okay, Auntie. For me, July-August vacation is the best ever. Every day, I turn the whole neighborhood into my playground. There's always something super fun to do down the road. People to meet, places to explore. It's even better.
You want Gino here?
Hello? What?
This July-August vacation, your child's safety starts with you. If you have to be away, make sure your child is in the care of a trusted adult or enrolled in a safe, supervised activity.
As I was saying, it is even better when I'm not alone.
A message from the Children's Authority of Trinidad and Tobago and UNICEF.
Coconut's Cafe, the buffet restaurant that specializes in all your tasty local dishes for breakfast and for lunch. Breakfast includes coconut bake and sada roti served with chokers, bull joil and sausages in tomato sauce. Not forgetting beef and cheese pies, shepherd's pie, macaroni pie and rice in various styles. Meat served in a variety of flavors, garden salads and pasta salads. All this accompanied by fruit juices, coconut water, your choice of a great combination to appease your taste buds. So call us today to order, as we are here to accommodate your busy schedules or if you are having a cooking day off.
I will tell anybody with a child with Down syndrome to, search for the children's skills. Don't keep them back. It's not what you want them to do. You have to see what they are capable of doing and push them, love them, because they are really sweet children. They are beautiful children. They can teach you how to be a better person, a better parent.
Be viewing Caribbean Medical TV on this station.
From the reef to the road. From the reef to the road. From the reef to the road. Tobago calling. Sweet vibes, sweet wine, everybody falling. We bring the culture straight to you. Tobago updates, we keeping it true.
Oh gosh. Tobago updates. On the screen, here we go. You're home for October, carnival show. From the big stage shine to the rabbit hole line. We bring Tobago to the world in real time.
Tobago updates. Tobago updates. Carnival 2026. We said the pace. Wave your flag. Anywhere you're there. Anywhere. Island love trimming all around you. Yeah. Big thing lock on for the rhythm start.
Tobago updates. Caribbean art.
And I have never, ever tried anything from the dirt oven. Let's go to the backyard dirt oven on a Thursday. Talk about authentic. On entry, I felt at home. I felt like I was going to visit my loving grandmother on a weekend. The kind of weekend where she showers you with love, stories, and food. This place is a home away from home. And just like I would do at home, I pop the question, what you had to eat day? And boom, coconut drops. Boom, bread. Boom, garlic bread. Boom, hops. Boom, coconut tart. Boom, jam tart. And boom, something they call nuts. And just like that, Mistress Baker was ready to pop them in the oven. And don't worry, she had some help. And while we was waiting, I said, let me hear from Mistress Baker herself.
Well, we've been operating for a couple of years now. We started, this was a COVID project. We operate strictly on Tuesdays only. You don't keep stock, we only sell on Tuesdays.
Such a sweet lady. Hey, Olia, it's ready. When last you see a nice golden brown bread, sir? Backyard bakery for the win. Olia, a GT. I finally get me the oven bread with a little extra goodies on the side. You might be asking, where they're located? They are located on Bukuru, right on Nightingale Avenue, right before Racetrack Wheels if you're coming from town. Just look for the green hedge. You can't miss it. Pause. Check out the menu they one time. Honestly, guys, this is an experience I will never forget. It's a home away from home, a place filled with love, life, and most importantly, good bread.
Nice.
If I have to call a supervisor one more time to sign off on a customer because their financials are in a mess, I will scream.
Don't scream in a bank. That have lock up in it.
It's either they're not registered properly, or you know what? We could just forget about annual returns, right?
Compliance is a bad word to most of them. All your compliance out of here. But let me eat.
What is wrong with Trinbagonians? I mean, it has so much help they could get out there.
Well, you know, Trinis, we don't like to spend we money.
But you know what? Be comfortable with losing we money. That make it any financial
What people should do is call Anderson in Trinidad and Tobago.
Wait, what? Anderson in Trinidad and Tobago?
Anderson in Trinidad and Tobago Tax and Accounting Services. Yeah, they offer helping from registering your business to filing your tax. My lunch is over.
Wait, tell me more.
No, go and scream in the bank. You go and scream in the bank.
No, I don't get one sooner.
Good morning and welcome back to Good Morning Tobago right here on Tobago Updates. Ladies and gentlemen, I am your host Chanel Felix, and guys, this morning we continue our conversations and we're talking all about building resilient communities. And who better to have that conversation with this morning than the two lovely ladies that are sitting beside me here in studio. I'm talking about Mrs. Melissa Yearwood-Jack, who is the Community Outreach Program Officer at TIMA, as well as Miss Rashana Trim, who is a Senior Program Coordinator at the Department of Wellness, Prevention and Health Promotion, and that is at the unit, that's the Mental Well-Being and Social Resilience Unit. Ladies and gentlemen, this morning we're talking all about the work that they have been doing. Ladies, good morning and welcome.
Good morning.
All right, so first of all, tell us about this Building Resilient Communities initiative. I understand that it's being led by the Division of Social
Division of Health and Wellness, yes.
Right? Tell us a bit about that.
All right. So, hi, good morning, everyone. So basically, this initiative, the workshop is basically to give persons the practical knowledge. So persons, agencies, community stakeholders, the practical knowledge as it relates to disaster preparedness under three aspects. So we're talking about mind, we're talking about physical health, and we're talking about communities, resilient communities. And so when we talk about disaster preparedness, we usually think about just preparing our infrastructure for disaster. We think about possibly stocking up on food items, water, and stuff like that. Even securing like birth papers or documents and stuff like that. But this workshop really focuses on mental well-being, which is really important, right? So stocking up on items and food items and stuff like that is very important. But also mental well-being is also important because it helps us to make decisions. It helps us to adhere to emergency instructions or safety instructions. And so basically this is what the workshop is about.
I love that. Trust me, I just as you were speaking, I was just even thinking about, recently we had several disasters happening within the region. There was the earthquake that happened in Venezuela, and there was Hurricane Melissa that took place in Jamaica. And in the instance of a disaster, there's so many things that come to one's mind. But one of the most important things to understand is what do you prioritize in that moment? And so that is what causes persons to not adhere or to adhere based on their own personal values. What do you value in that moment when you have to run? What are you taking? What are you not taking? What do you want to allow yourself to release in that moment? Understanding that life is truly the greatest or the most valuable thing in that type of situation. And so tell us a bit about some of the practical tools that would be given or discussed during this workshop, and who is invited to be a part of it.
All right. So some of the practical tools. Well, the workshop is very hands-on.
Right.
All right. So we'll be doing a tabletop exercise as well. So part of this workshop, we also including we're doing inclusivity. So we're focusing on vulnerable populations as well, because sometimes when we talk about disaster preparedness, we don't necessarily involve persons like persons living with disabilities, possibly children and all like that. So this workshop really focuses on that, and it zones in on that. But it's not just that we're zoning on it. We are opening the conversation with them about it, basically. So we're not planning for them, we are planning with them for this initiative.
Okay, and tell us a bit about TEMA's involvement in the overall initiative.
Well, when they approached us with the collaboration, we also, as you heard a year-long social media and community campaign to keep people or have disaster resilience in mind. So this time we are focusing with them on mental and physical health. As you know, fear and confusion derail emergency plans. It derails how you think during that time. And we at TEMA want to ensure or give strategies in how to prepare mentally and physically, so you will be able to focus on your plan and how to help persons. Because as we do our drills at TEMA or we talk to the communities, we realize when you ask them questions, they will say, okay, because they panicked, they wasn't able to follow the plan. So we want to give them practical strategies of how to override that fear to be able to follow an emergency plan and do what they have to do during that period.
Excellent. And so tell us a bit about why these type of collaborations are critical, and what are some of the other possible collaborations we can see coming out in the future, if those are already, you know, being discussed at the moment.
Well, this collaborations at all is possible. TEMA cannot do everything. The Department of Social of Wellness cannot do everything. So we will have to put our brains together to like, okay, what can TEMA do? What can the department do to put our expertise together to serve the community? Because as you know, we are in the business of serving the community. So we want to be able to give the community the practical knowledge they need to be able to ride out the hurricane season. When it comes to future collaborations, we have one coming up in September to deal with the elderly. How can we help the elderly be more prepared during the disaster? So we want to help them to be able to know what are their practical steps, who they need to call, what are their practical needs during that time, and able to tell them that we have a special needs registry for them to register themselves, and who they can talk to in the different departments if they need assistance.
Okay, that's quite helpful. And you know, globally, when there are disasters, there are always those persons who do not want to leave their homes for whatever reason that is. But I see that you guys are teasing out a number of different themes like fear, anxiety, and stress. How do those things come into play when preparing for a disaster?
All right. So fear, worry, feeling overwhelmed, symptoms of anxiety is just a normal aspect as it relates to impeding disaster, preparing for disaster, etc. So what the workshop does is actually we normalize it, but also give you tools on how to deal with it. So like deep breathing. One of the things as well is I always say knowledge is power. So being informed, what am I listening to in terms of the bulletins and stuff? Am I listening to the right organization with the bulletins? Am I, reaching out for support? So this workshop basically fosters that as well.
Understood. And even from the TEMA side of things, what are some of the main hazards that are facing Tobago, and what should residents be doing to prepare?
The main hazards facing Tobago is normally landslides, flooding, fires. this year we have to put special notice on drought because we are in an El Nino season. So we have to notice, hey, this is what is happening, and this is what most likely will happen with the lack of water, and we need to prepare for that. What we have noticed is that we have a God is a Trini mentality. So we don't really have do the practical steps on take into consideration the hazards in your area. For example, if you live in the countryside, you know the hazard in your area will most likely be landslides, and you need to have a talk with your family. If you cannot get home because of a landslide, what will happen? If you live in a southern area, you know it's flooding, and you need to prepare yourself for that. And for example, how you build and how you structure your home, you have to be able to do what is the practical hazard, or what is the hazard in your area, and what is the practical ways of dealing with that. So we as Tobagonians need to understand what is the hazards in the area, which is most likely fires, landslides, flooding, and how can we build, or how can we prepare our families for such hazards. And what I realize, if we have a plan, we're talking about to mental well-being, it helps with fear and confusion. Because, for example, in this building, if there's a fire, everybody will know where is the muster point. There would be less fear if you know where to go, where is the exits, where is the assembly point. It's the same way you need to have that comfortable conversation with your family of a plan. A plan will circumvent fear and confusion, and you'll be able to go into any situation more comfortably.
Understood. And even with this collaboration, we know that it's mostly be about mental preparation, but would practical tools be demonstrated as well in terms of emergency kits? What should be placed in those kits? Are those things explored during this session? Some of the more practical stuff.
All right. So we actually prepared, we call it a toolkit, but it's actually a workbook for persons to take home as well. So even with the information given at the workshop and with the practical knowledge, they also have that workbook to carry home so that they could start to put into practice what was already taught.
And you spoke about the tabletop exercise, so we were going through scenarios of different scenarios that they could do, and what we will be going through solutions to that scenario. So that will be able to give them a kind of fair idea of how they can help themselves in different situations.
Excellent. Well, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to take a quick break right here, and we'll be back talking much more about this activity that's happening next Wednesday at the Shaw Park Cultural Complex. We're talking about Building Resilient Communities 2026, the TEMA, in collaboration with the Division of Health and Wellness. We'll be back right after this. See you soon.
Listen, thank you. Bye,
Love you. Joseph, stay inside, eh? I'll carry you by the park a little later.
Okay, Auntie. For me, July-August vacation is the best ever. Every day, I turn the whole neighborhood into my playground. There's always something super fun to do down the road. People to meet, places to explore. It's even better.
Your auntie knew you're here?
What?
This July-August vacation, your child's safety starts with you. If you have to be away, make sure your child is in the care of a trusted adult or enrolled in a safe, supervised activity.
As I was saying, It is even better when I'm not alone.
A message from the Children's Authority of Trinidad and Tobago and UNICEF.
It's a different type of thing down there. And we party till we drop down there. With a lot of pretty girls down there. Down in Tobago.
I will tell anybody with a child with Down syndrome to, look, search for the children's skills. Don't keep them back. Don't, it's not what you want them to do. You have to see what they are capable of doing and push them, love them, because they are really sweet children. They are beautiful children. They can teach you how to be a better person, a better parent.
Be viewing Caribbean Medical TV on this station.
Welcome back to Good Morning Tobago right here on Tobago Updates. Ladies and gentlemen, we have been chatting all about the Building Resilient Communities workshop that's happening next Wednesday at the Shore Park Cultural Complex. And of course, I have these two beautiful women joining me this morning from TIMA as well as the Division of Health and Wellness. So ladies, remind us about the time that the event is starting. How can persons register? Are they required to pre-register? And if there are organizations who are interested in sending groups, how do they reach out? Is there a maximum capacity?
Okay. So one, again, it's at the Shore Park Complex. We're starting at 8, so 8 till 3. You can come before because we actually have testing on that day, free testing, so glucose testing, cholesterol, blood pressure. And how to register. So you would see the QR code on the screen. You could also go to our division page. There will be the flyer there as well that you can scan the QR code to get the link. And also Melissa would leave her number as well for you to contact.
You can contact my email at melissa.jack@gov.tt, and we will send you the information, as well as you could WhatsApp me at 756-5646. You could WhatsApp me your information and I will send you the link to register. We have a capacity, but first come, first serve. As soon as the capacity has been filled, we'll put out a notice saying that registration is now closed, but right now registration is wide open, and you can make sure and get your opportunity to come to the workshop at Shore Park next week.
Right, and they say the best way for information to live on is by telling it to children. Are kids also encouraged to be a part of these sessions? And so, yeah, tell us a bit about who are the targets for these sessions.
So we're looking at healthcare professionals. We're looking at persons from the communities, so village councils as well. We're looking at well, obviously TIMA, we're looking at persons from EMS, these kind of places. But children are welcome as well because, again, they are part of the vulnerable populations and we want to hear from them.
Exactly.
Yes.
About what they think as it pertains to preparing for a disaster.
Correct.
How would they operate in the case of a disaster?
Yes.
Excellent. And then you said that there's another session that's happening in September regarding how to deal with the elderly during disasters.
Yes, that session will be around the 17th of September, but we'll be putting out more information about that after this workshop. But it is targeted towards the elderly, 50 years and up. That's the targeted group, because during the time of that, you'll have different different things happening to you, your body, mentally and physically, and we want you to be prepared, know what, where to go, who to call, and sometimes we have a special needs registry in TEMA to register yourself. So if anything happens, we at TEMA will come to you first. So that is the purpose of this special needs registry, for us to know who's the vulnerable groups in the society, particularly elderly, and so we could send our emergency responders to you first to make sure that you're okay, and we will make follow-up calls before and after the event to make sure that you are okay.
Right, you indicated that there will be testing on the day. What type of testing? Tell us a bit about that.
So we'll be having glucose testing, we'll be having for your blood pressure and for your cholesterol. So we're starting at 7:30 for the testing.
Excellent. And so we start very early.
Yes.
That's quite early. So you're starting all the way from 7:30 in the morning. You're doing the testing, and then the actual forum starts, and persons are asked to be there on time. Are persons required to pre-register, or can they come on the day?
It is preferred that they pre-register so that we can make food arrangements and accommodations in terms of seating. So yes.
Excellent. Is there anything that you want to say to parents looking on as it pertains to wanting to be involved in these type of initiatives and bringing the kids out to be a part of these type of forums?
I would say register. We want to hear from you all. Register. There is a lot for us to learn and a lot for you to learn. So yes.
And you may get practical knowledge of how to speak to your kids during that time.
Yeah.
When it comes to kids, as I talk to kids, sometimes they get scared, they don't know what to do.
Fair.
So you will get practical knowledge how to deal with their mental health as well.
Especially when the power goes out,
Yes.
or there's flooding that's happening, teaching them the exit routes, how to stay calm, how to breathe, how to, cope with that stress and anxiety at that time. So I'm happy to hear that there's an all-encompassing strategy of how you guys would engage the population with the information. And so we look forward to also seeing the information out there on social media and all the platforms, so that in whatever format possible, that persons can still get the message even if they are unable to attend the actual in-person sessions. As we round off our discussion this morning, I obviously want to thank you ladies for being here, but is there anything that you individually want to say to our viewers looking on?
Well, I could say that disaster preparedness one starts with you, and this workshop deals with emotional and mental health, and we want to make sure that you understand that having that practical knowledge will help you override whatever fear and confusion you have during that time, so you could deal with your family and communities better.
Excellent. Totally agree. Is there anything that you want to say to our viewers?
Totally agreeing. Preparedness is our responsibility, right? So being prepared, whether it's mind, whether it's physically being prepared, right? It's our responsibility as members of communities to be prepared.
Right. And part of that preparedness, as you said, it's physical, it's emotional, but it's also financial as well, and having insurance and all the things that could help us get back on our feet even post-disaster. So I look forward to these conversations happening. Ladies and gentlemen, we want to thank you so much for being a part of this morning's discussions. We want to thank you for your likes, your shares, and your comments, and all that you have been doing and continue to do to make Tobago Updates the #1 broadcaster here on the island of Tobago. This morning we had some quite interesting conversations talking all about financial literacy, starting off with Crystal Celestine, having that conversation about the gamification of child learning in finance. And now this morning we're talking all about building resilient communities with the lovely ladies from TEMA and the Division of Health and Wellness. And so there's that option for you guys next Wednesday to come out really early. 7:30 a.m. Make sure you are there if you want to get your free testing, blood sugar testing, blood pressure testing, all the screenings done at the Shore Park Cultural Complex, while being engaged in an extremely interactive session, a workshop I might add, on building resilient communities as you prepare mentally and otherwise for any disaster that might be on the horizon. And as the lady said this morning, preparation is really our personal responsibility. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm always going to encourage you guys to do what it takes today to make today an extremely productive day. So I hope to see you soon.
a brand new dawning as the passion start to rise. The energy fill the skies. I say thanks for favor to wake up and hear me neighbor. 60,000 people strong.